Hey guys, welcome to another spicy top 10 video. My name is Paul and this is my top 10 new single player games of 2020 and 2021. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, let's begin. While multiplayer games can be fun with your friends, if you're anything like me, you also enjoy some downtime with your favourite single player games. There's nothing quite like being immersed in a story that puts you in the centre of the universe, not having to deal with toxic online communities, and being able to take the game at your own pace. There's plenty of benefits of gaming solo, so let's run through a few of the best ones. Number 10, Mafia, Definitive Edition. You play the role of a taxi driver named Tommy Angelo, who reluctantly gets thrown into Mafia life. As you can imagine, there's shootouts, car chases, and all the drama that goes with Mafia life. The new version maintains the vision of the original while dragging it into the modern times, improving the classic in almost every department. It does this by telling a gripping story, supported by gorgeous graphics and superb performances from the voice actors. It does suffer somewhat from a few out-of-date design choices that prevent it from competing with modern open-world games, but that comes with being a remaster. Nonetheless, Hangar 13 have shown how a remaster should be done with style and manages to bring fresh life to a renowned classic of the previous era. Number 9, Doom Eternal. Now we welcome back FPS royalty with Doom Eternal, the over-the-top action-packed shooter from id Software. If you like the last Doom outing, or just looking for an adrenaline rush of a game, you might want to try this one. Along with new movement mechanics, there's bigger levels, improved graphics, and gruesome new enemy types. Some of the platforming parts may be a little tedious for some, but the frenetic battles more than make up for it. While not for the faint of heart, the unrelenting action may be too much for some, but those who persevere will be rewarded with one of the most gratifying experiences you'll get from a modern day shooter. Number 8, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This 2D action platformer tells the story of a forest spirit on an epic adventure. The game tells its narrative in beautiful cutscenes which reveal an expertise in storytelling that is rare to find. The game will not only grab you by the feels, but keep you playing with its awesome gameplay and combat system. New skills and attacks have been added since the last game, and finally being able to quick swap your loadout is greatly appreciated. This is the perfect example of a 2D action platformer done right. The developers have surpassed themselves with this sequel, providing a game that's smart, exciting, and one that you'll want to play to the end. Number 7, Animal Crossing New Horizons. This iteration of Animal Crossing is easily one of the finest in the series. This life simulator is the most absorbing, charming and configurable to date, having expanded on the greatest parts of New Leaf. With new features like terraforming, creating items, and the player's ability to express themselves is bigger than ever, along with a diverse collection of friendly local animals to build relationships with, and a wide variety of fun activities to take part in. This game will keep you busy for hours on end. For any fan of the Animal Crossing games, or anyone who simply needs a time out from their hectic lives, this one is a no-brainer. Number 6, Ghost of Tsushima. The visually stunning open-world game by Naughty Dog that captures the look and feel of classic samurai movies. The story is compelling, the characters are well thought out, and the combat system is tight and enjoyable. Imagine a mix of Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, set in medieval Japan, and you'll be mostly there. If there's any criticism to be made, is that this developer played it too safe in reusing mechanics from other open world games, but still the execution here is almost perfect. If you can get past a few repetitive tasks, and at times a less than stellar enemy AI, this could be the authentic samurai experience you've been looking for. Number 5, Crusader Kings 3. The strategy genre is known for huge in-depth games that suck you in and keep you up into the midnight hours, but this one takes it to a whole new level. Crusader Kings 3 is without doubt one of the most addicting, captivating strategy games released in 2020. In the game, you'll play as a medieval leader in a world packed with fascinating characters that you'll have to interact with in order to succeed. With no game ever the same, regardless of options you pick at the start, and a community that's extremely active, you won't be getting bored in a hurry. With that said, the game is not without flaws. The game's UI can be a little overwhelming at first, and for experienced players there may be a shortage of content, but that said, it's a first-class strategy experience and a must-have if you're into strategy games. Number 4, Cyberpunk 2077. Now onto a game that has been impossible not to hear about, the game with one of the most ill-fated launches of 2020, the troubled masterpiece from CD Projekt Red, the massive futuristic first-person RPG that everyone should try. The game's greatest accomplishment is the universe they've created, the most captivating world in a video game we've ever experienced. Although the combat in the side missions feels a little repetitive at times, the way it urges the player to engage with the residents of the hectic world results in an immersive experience that is hard to beat. At its best, the game is head and shoulders over similar role-playing games, and if only it can sort out its endless bugs and problems, it can take the spot it deserves. Number 3. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Next, on to Final Fantasy VII Remake, the ambitious revisioning of the 1997 classic. This isn't one of your standard remasters. The game has been completely remade with the same characters, world and story. Gone is the slower system of point and click, and in its place one that's more action-packed and fast-paced. The recreation of the world has been done perfectly, with stellar voice acting, modern graphics and a wonderful soundtrack. This game is only the first instalment in the remake, with the game being split into 3 parts, but if the future instalments are anything like this, we should be in for a treat. Number 2. Hades. How about we change things up with something a little bit different? Hades is an isometric roguelike dungeon crawler from Supergiant Games. In a beautiful crafted world based on Greek mythology, you play the role of Zagreus, who is attempting to escape the underworld. In this game you'll die a ton, but over time your character grows in power and every run is different from the last, with randomly generated dungeons and enemies. Throughout the game you'll be given skills and weapons to choose from, which will affect how the game plays and how easily you're able to vanquish your foes. Not only is the gameplay well crafted, fast paced and addicting, but the narrative is surprisingly well written too, and will keep you coming back for more until the end. Number 1. HalfLife Alyx. In first place, we have a game that puts VR back on the map. Valve have done an amazing job of creating an experience in VR that just works. You'll be following the events between Half-Life 1 and 2, playing the role of Alyx. If you're expecting this to be like any other games in the series, you may be in for a surprise, as this is more of a slow-burning survival horror than a fast-paced FPS. Providing you have the PC that can do it justice, the graphics, and likewise the physics are incredible. You'll waste hours simply interacting with the intricately designed environments. They're that good. The game has clever puzzles and exciting enemy gun battles and a great plot to go with it. If you own the equipment, you'd be crazy not to try out Half-Life Alyx. So, that's our list of the top 10 new single-player games of 2020 and 2021. What did you think of this list? Have you played any of the games listed? What games do you think deserve the mention here? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.